always said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Arizona State Sun Devils, Mountain America Stadium in Tempe. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Arizona State Sun Devils. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Sun Devils will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So TCU's offense will have first crack at this one. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, there's just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front. And as a result, they lose yardage.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Bringing it back. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Sun Devils!
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick six early and put yourself in a hole. Not good.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Rides to back and leaves it. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Off play action. The sure hands. It's Canty. At midfield, he's got room. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Quick completion on the out route. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They'll leave it with him. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go right back to the run. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. And the field goal unit is on the field. He's going to try to punch one through from 45 yards away. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. The Sun Devils offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week.
There he goes. Past the 30. Past the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Well, I'll give the defense a lot of credit because the quarterback had nowhere to go downfield with that one. He just tried to spit it out to the perimeter. Nice catch, but they only gave up 1 yard.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it out quickly. Got room at the 35. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Handoff from the shotgun. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Yeah, and this man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Here's the pressure. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Just a short pass to the tight end. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Sun Devils come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Power football with the run. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Sun Devils can really attack on this second and short. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole, and you just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Tolzien. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, Phyllis. Oregon is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Justin Herbert had a hand in getting this kid to Eugene, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Purdue. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there has been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
And the Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. The coverage team was down there to corral it, and they made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his big tight end. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. A strike downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? They'll run it to the left, looking for the end zone. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backward.
Looking for the end zone. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. He splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
Well, and I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Makes the grab. It's Hart. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
Gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's gonna pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
To the air on second down. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Opening play of the drive from the 39. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Catch in the middle, it's Tolzien. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Grab behind the line, it's Tolzien. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big fella. He get it down to the 35 before he stops. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. They're working that left side. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what he catch you, big fella.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Back to pass. Pulls it in, it's Brown. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. They'll immediately call timeout. Maybe being on the right hash will help him swing that big leg for this 54-yard attempt. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. And that lead grows even bigger. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Tempe. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back, and as an added bonus, they get the first down. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. The give to the back. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Sun Devils are flying down the field. Here's the handoff. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Sun Devils with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw again. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone. It's Canty. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. I know when a guy's thrown 3 interceptions, it's not good, but everything hasn't been bad. They've moved the ball a little bit. They just keep self-destructing. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half. Almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got his man. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
It's complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Grab near the marker is Canty. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Wants to go up top on first down. He's going for the big play. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
You got to give this defense tons of credit because they have been lights out. They have not allowed a single point so far, and a big reason why is how well they're playing on the back end. They came into this game knowing the offense was going to try to throw the football.
Breaks into the open. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down yourselves, and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. To the ground with the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs, on first down finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. He's got an open man. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They'll move the tight end. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Shoved back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Give to the running back. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Horned Frogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Direct snap. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
And the Horned Frogs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Got nothing last time. Now 2nd and goal from the 3. Looking to fire. Touchdown, TCU! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
And this offense finally gets something together and gets on the scoreboard. It's not over yet, but this is a good sign, man. They got the positive momentum. See if they can build on this, even though we're in the 4th quarter.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the Big Ten. Oregon has some work to do, but go against this team at your own risk. The program who played in the first ever CFP championship is always a threat to come back. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Purdue. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And this defense and their team, honestly, has just built some momentum here in this 4th quarter, man. And I'm interested to see this offense and if they can respond, if they can be physical, they can run the football, they can make some plays here in this 4th quarter.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. lining up to convert third down. Sends it back in motion. On third down, he drops to throw. Wide open downfield. Turning on the Jets. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet. And